NSFW, you are unable to be killed or injured for 24 hours, and any crimes you commit during this time, you can't be charged for, no matter how extreme. What do you do with this power? By Ask Reddit.
Off in the effing Mariana Trenches. No crimes needed, just raw exploration. I can't be killed by pressure and lack of oxygen. It would be the ultimate experience.
The only problem would become getting out in time.
Iron boots to walk on the bottom.
Find out what lava tastes like.
What about Chernobyl elephants afoot?
Now we are talking.
You best hope that it goes through your system before the invincibility wears off. Edit. I aware he said taste not eat.
Only eat a little within the first few hours. By the end of the 24 hours you'll just have a small rock /pebble to poop out. Never in my life would I think I'd end up typing that.
I can only imagine that would effing hurt.
Can't be injured, so therefore can't be burnt to signal pain. Unless you're talking about pooping a small rock, now most likely you wouldn't even notice it.
However, we must consider how lava interacts with cooler liquids. The lava could enter your stomach, and the second it hits your stomach acid it boils and pops and fizzles into essentially a popcorn effect, but with sharp glass like basalt, cooled and hardened lava. While you are invincible, this lump of expanded glassy stone won't enter your lower bowels due to its sheer size and the hook-like nature of its texture, so it just stays in your stomach. If you leave it there before the invincibility wears off, you would likely wake to a stomach pain equivalent to the feeling of being cut and ripped from the inside out until you died or got emergency removal surgery. Run around the Pentagon covered in baby oil. Thanks for silver other humanoid creature.
Are you covered in baby oil or is the Pentagon? Two very different visuals.
If you run around the Pentagon covered in enough baby oil, then eventually the place will be too.
Oil floats on water. Step 1. Cover yourself in oil. Step 2. Run around the Pentagon. 2. Edit. People suggest cocaine or meth. Sounds good, but I'm not familiar how they last in my body, so I could get all the side effects after 24h. I dunno, coffee seems safer. Plus, it's not that easy to get pure substance, so I would probably be consuming unknown crap instead. Not good.
Get scalding hot coffee, just because you can.
Scalding asterisk.
No, thanks. I prefer when my coffee insults me.
So this power will protect you from a scalding coffee from giving you a burn, but will it stop a scalding coffee from giving you a sick burn?
Sticks and stones can't break my bones, but words will break me.
Nothing is illegal and I can't be harmed. What about a 23.5-hour crystal meth bender? No need for sleep, extreme productivity, and no addiction or untoward health effects from the meth. I'm not saying it's a good idea, I'm just saying meth will fuel you better than caffeine.
Running around committing crimes while completely stimmed on crystal meth for 23.5 hours? Sounds incredible.
So if I shoot my DK off with a gun, still no damage?
Yes, feel free to CBT all you want with no consequences. Even extreme CBT like shooting your cock won't injure you.
I read that as cognitive behavioral therapy.
Me too. I was so confused.
If it's not cognitive behavioral therapy, what does that stand for? I'm clueless.
CK and ball torture, but good torture.
The other type of cognitive behavioral therapy.
Interesting. What about elasticity? Normal, just not able to tear. Or full-blown elastigirl.
Shall we talk about that username of yours?
My least favorite bit is that there are apparently 89 others.
They're multiplying. Raid Area 51.
25 hours later. Overheard, sir, we're ready to cut open the intruder to see what makes them tick.
And in this corner, Zoidberg.
One deviled egg. The same deviled egg.
The president is choking on my gas bladder. Truly an honor.
A feast is a feast.
Wait. I need that to speak. Soaring intensifies.
Swaberg, are you coming on to me? Harry Truman, hot crackers. I take exception to that. Swaberg, I'm not hearing a no.
Eats removed guts over and over.
Are you coming on to me?
Take my heart, I have 3 of those.
Hey, don't cut that. I need that to speak.
Cutting rapidly starts.
Sir, the creature has shown no interest in our earth food.
Oh. A buffet. And I don't have my wallet.
It's free.
Zuyera Libya.
Sir, we're ready to cut open the intruder to see what makes them tick. I was told there would be no consequences for my actions.
You wouldn't be charged. As if Area 51 is going to give you a trial.
This would be great, but I'm sure you'd be detained immediately. There's nothing here about super strength to take on a bunch of trained guards.
But you won't charged for it, so that means if you're somehow quick enough you could succeed. I would steal the moon.
Get vectored.
I get the shrink ray, I go to the moon, I shrink the moon, I steal the moon, I sit on the toilet.
Curse you, tiny toilet.
Girls.
Oh poop.
You will face the wrath of GRU.
Pizza time.
Squid launcher, oh yeah.
Freeze ray.
Committing crimes with both direction and magnitude.
I'd practice parkour. Because that poo is scary as hell, and my biggest problem that prevents me from getting better is being afraid. I wouldn't do crime, because even if I wasn't charged, people would still judge me. Okay, I would cross on red like usual. And so many times. In front of children.
Sounds about right. Also cool idea with parkour. After you would die once, the fear should go away for the rest of the day. Rob a bunch of banks and jewelry stores, trying to make as much money as possible in such a short time. Might start by robbing an extreme sports car dealership, just so I can drive to different banks even faster, lol.
You're not unstoppable, you just can't die. They can stop you from doing all those things, they can't arrest you. So now what?
Jewelry clerks and bank tellers are specifically trained not to stop criminals, so they don't get injured. They put faith in the police catching you later. This would not be hard.
And insurance, lots of expensive insurance.
How is the jewelry store clerk going to stop me? Besides, if I can't be charged for the crimes, would I even get arrested? Do cops arrest people for things they cannot charge them for?
I've got an inoperable tumor that's growing off my spine and into my pelvis. Doctors can't remove it because that could leave me with complete loss of function from the waist down. I'd call every doctor I can and tell them to effing have at it. Edit, I appreciate all the Reddit gifts here, but please stop spending money towards my Reddit account and instead please consider donating towards NF1 research. I'm far from the only one impacted by this disease, and often it's children who need the help most.
It can't be injured. Damn son. Execute Order 66.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders.
Snort coke until I can see time.
So a normal Friday.
Act cool. Look at this guy's username.
Don't make eye contact.
Both of you should come with me.
Sure, you seem trustworthy.
I have an alternative.
Let me know if they give you any trouble.
Just look at a clock.
Checkmate cocaine.
I would out Pizza the Hut.
Actually, quantum mechanics forbids this.
Time to collapse the universe then.
I finally did it. I out Pizza the Hut. It was the greatest mistake of my life. After years of perfecting my recipe, I made my way down to the local hut, fresh baked pizza pie in hand. Try this, I told the kid working the counter. He did, and he had to agree that it was better than anything Pizza Hut had to offer. Soon, the entire store, customers included, was feasting on my delicious pie. The manager walked over, grabbed a slice, and took a bite. I look at him, anticipation rising. This was the boss, the local thief lord of the hut. His approval meant more to me than all the rest combined. He took a bite and nodded. "I'll be damned," he said, "you really did it. You out-pizzaed the hut. Shame. Shame." What did he mean by DHA? The manager pulled a gun out from behind his apron and shot the nearest customer in the head. "We have a code jalapeno," he said into his wrist as he executed the remaining customers. "I repeat, we have a code jalapeno." The ground was slick with blood. The kid working the counter choked out his dying breath as the manager turned to me. "You just had to do it, mother FR. You just had to out-pizza the hut." He shoved the gun in my face. I was too scared to fight, too scared to run. The manager pulled the trigger. A click. The gun was empty. I threw a chair at the manager and scrambled out of the Pizza Hut, not even bothering to see if my missile hit its mark. I was closely pursued by the manager, who had gotten his hands on a deadly sharp pizza cutter. I suspected in his hands it would cut more than pizza. Somehow, I was able to get into my car and speed off, the manager cursing my existence as I left him behind. I took a deep breath. The manager was clearly psychotic. Yes, that was it, just a crazy man with a gun. It had to be. My phone rang. "Sister." I picked it. "They're dead," she sobbed. "They're all dead. Mom, Dad, Chris, Bill. Dead. They killed them all." I could barely understand her, so great were her sobs. "What do you mean? Where are you?" I asked urgently. "How is this posse dash?" A single gunshot sounded through my phone's speakers. Silence. Then, I heard a man's voice. "No one out-pizzas the hut." He hung up. I drove down the empty county road, mind blank. I had nothing. They killed my family. I was alone. At that moment I knew what I had to do. They took everything from me. Well then, I would take everything from them. Pizza Hut was so terrified of being out-pizzaed, they forgot there's one thing worse than a man with a recipe, a man with nothing to lose. I'll give them a limited time offer they won't be able to refuse, 2 bullets for the price of 1. With a free side order of pain.
I would watch this movie.
Nick Cage has to be the Pizza Hut manager.
The name's weak, Papa John Wick.
You should make an autobiography that talks about how you out-pizzaed the hut and what happened afterwards.
I didn't write this, I nabbed it from r/copper pasta like 6 months ago.
You should steal someone else's autobiography.
No one out-pizzas the hut.
The last time someone got close, they nuked the whole Earth. That was 20,000 years ago. LOL, you're not getting me, CIA.
Ha ha ha. FBI. I don't know, I just effing throw bikes into the river.
Why this one made me laugh the hardest.